A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
On the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Allen steps away. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Jalen Smith, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Well, that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Bears take over
at their own 49-yard line.
The Bears in good field position to start out. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Kamara trying again. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Winston now. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Makes the score Bears 7, Vikings nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Complete.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
1st and 10 at the 36.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Number 40.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
5-yard line.
Here's Winston. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Vikings nothing.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Winston. They'll roll him out right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. For Jameis Winston, boy, an NFL record 7 pick sixes thrown last year, part of his 30-interception season, and he throws another wayward ball here that's returned the distance. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. That'll bring up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Off the play fake, Winston. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that 2nd drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Rolling to his right. It's brought in by Kevin White. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now Gallman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing is Allen on third. And no coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
7 yards to pick up there.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Bears first down.
To throw, Winston. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They go play action. Winston. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
On the handoff.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Xavier McKinney. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They'll turn the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Following the interception, Winston. That's more. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Down Bears.
Winston now from the 50. going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
The Vikings take
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Allen. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. And he'll work his way forward up to the 22. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Credit the sack there to Arden Key. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Again, it's Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Jameis now on 1st down. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Winston. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Now it's Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The tackle by
Jeremy Chin there defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 45-yard line.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll give this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. A gain there of 21 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 33. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they're giving. Picks up 3 on that kick.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
10 at the 16-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And now they'll throw with Allen. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
25 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
His throw incomplete. Intended target on that one, Russell Gage. And that'll bring up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Play fake. Winston. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Now Brown. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Allen off the play fake. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
And stopped him in his tracks.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 27, Winston. He's going to be taken down. They sack him. That'll be the final play of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Jameis to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 12, Winston out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. There's Kamara trying to run for it. And this will be a Bears 1st down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Play action now, Winston. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. is incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
They'll throw again. Winston. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. On play action, Allen, he'll buy some time right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And able to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 1st and 10, Winston. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Winston. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. And we say it all the time, you have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
3rd down.
And this is caught. He hits Moore. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
The kicker on for the extra.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. That decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Complete with 11 seconds remaining now. Allen, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And the 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules remind us.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Second down, Winston again. And his throw here's incomplete. 2 straight incompletions. Now the pressure's really on. Last thing you want here to start overtime, a 3 and out.
And I know that a few years ago when they changed the rules about overtime, it may have changed a little bit about how you go about things. But bottom line is, when you have the football, you never want to give it up. You want to make sure you get points on the board at a minimum and put pressure on the other team. This is a huge 3rd down call coming up.
Jordan Reed has it. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Bears first down.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Winston will get this one underneath to Kamara.
Winston's pass.
A gain of 4 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
Gain of 4. And it's third down.
From the gun, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
First down, Chicago.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a third down and 6. Big play coming up. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly changes things here because they're in field goal range already, but a field goal, that's not what they're looking for now, not after that big play right here in overtime.
And he stopped immediately there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Leads to second and goal at the 9-yard line.
On second and goal, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Third and goal, Winston. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side, Reed. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is indeed good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
At the 41-yard line.
From the gun, it's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there, but it'll be second down. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Wide open. It's Allen complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for fourth down. And here's your ball game, down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen sliding out of the pocket. Going deep here for Allen. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete.
Our final score in overtime.
We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance out field goals from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the bet.